And welcome back to Flexible Games, where we are playing Factorio. Continuing right where we left off, making some Uber gear setup here. So yeah, this is going to be a lot of gears, and I'm looking forward to it. So we want this to be right there. Now, if we really wanted to make this efficient, what we're going to do is on this side, we're going to use the other. Okay, so follow along with me here. This one's going to go here. Okay, well that's a dead end. This one's going to go here. Doesn't really need to be an underground belt, but that'll save me a lot of okay. So this way, one half of these are using off of one belt. The other half is using off the other belt, which will stretch it even further. The only potential problem I have is down the line here. If we need more, that's going to really put a hamper on things. But what I could do, put a splitter right here and then drag it down somewhere else. Okay, so there is room, there is some wiggle room in there to, you know, continue this down. I don't know how much we're going to need at first, but we'll see. Okay, so we need a master warehouse here for the storage of said gears. Now, these two, I said before, we don't need to combine them into one, but we are going to on the very end here. So all of these are going to filter down, and then the very last thing they'll do is combine into one belt. And we will see. I'm going to leave a little lead here, and we'll see just how far those will go. But yeah, get those a little further down. Now, do I could just do this. Yeah, that is gonna be awkward. Ah, I ran out of belt. No. So much easier placing belt now that it locks into the design, or it locks into the. So let me illustrate that. Placing it, holding it down, it doesn't. You can wiggle your mouse back and forth. It stays on that direction. So nice, so nice. That's such a nice feature. Every time they do a quality of life feature in this game, it just makes me happy because they're so good at the quality of life features. All right, so the last thing we're going to need is some power, and as you can see, I put in some more substations to power the whole system. Okay, we're going to go here. There we go. That's some power. These guys are ready to go. Let's bring them. See if the iron gets down the ways here. Oh, we're close. We definitely don't need multiple belts coming down. That's for sure. But yeah, this is the very limits. Any more setups and we would completely run. As you can see, they're not quite full speed. Although there's a weird system here where it like stops every once in a while. And I don't know if it's because I haven't updated the mod or if that's just because of how fast they're going. I don't know. It just seems to me like there's an issue there. Almost like I could do something crazy like this. I mean, that works. I'm not seeing the little bobbly dealies here stop. So I mean that works. It's a kind of a hack. If I did that, what is that's on the inside, right? Yeah, that's on the inside. Inside, inside, inside. Because I want to copy this whole thing. So you and you are fine. Flip that. There. I want to I'm actually going to do that and that and that. Because I want to combine all of these. Alright, so these are going to combine all into one. Oh, I was so sure. There. A little bit cleaner. What do they stack? They only stack to 4, so. But with this, we actually have a full, nice amount of production. I mean, it's a little hackery. I don't know what causes it specifically. And why did these stop? Sir? Oh, haha. That's the wrong side. You. And you. Kind of negated the point of having the filter on there at all. Kind of hard to imagine this is how fast I ran at the start of the game. This is and now this is how fast I'm. Alright, so that was looking pretty good. We're already backed up. This is completely full. So we want really that is okay, so 1, 2 3, 4, 5, 6. You notice I shifted off the rail there. I just have a habit of not standing on the rail. Even though there are literally no trains that can come over here. It's still a habit where anytime I'm standing on a rail like this, I always bump myself off because I've seen a lot of disastrous things happen. All right, so you, and you. All right. So I don't know what our production of gears is at. 52,000 a minute is not bad. Of course, that is a lot of iron. As you can see, our iron ore production is climbing pretty rapidly. But yeah, 52,000 gears a minute. That's not too bad. I'm not sure if it's enough, but it's close. Okay, so now we need a place to drop off all of this. We're gonna come way over here. I know it is a little weird, but we're gonna come way over here. You're gonna load in there. And then we're gonna have a chain signal going in. And then regular signals every so often. I'd look to see what our offset is. So allow a lot of trains to unload. You know, to sit in the queue. Now, also, I want enough room for a full train to offload itself. Otherwise, if there's not enough room for a whole train, it'll come down here and stop. And it'll be backed up to here and completely stop the traffic. You do not want that. You want them to be able to come in here and just fly down the rail in either direction. So that should be, oh, that's plenty of space. Okay, and that's plenty of space. And that's plenty of space there. And these are not going to be used, but I'll hook them up anyway. These are maybe in the future if we need even more iron smelting, because we have several billion iron up here. I could easily create a different system for smelting huge amounts of iron and delivering it down here in smaller trains. Like I could have a whole different setup in these super high level ones, and have smelting setups that are 4 times this size to offload maybe like 2 8 trains instead of 1 4 trains. Like this is a 1 engine for 4 cars, which is about the limit you want on your cars to engine ratio. So the next one would be 2 engines and then 8 cars. That doubles the amount that you're moving at any given time. I just want to make sure. Yeah, we're definitely offloading these fast enough, which is good. I mean, it's one inserter would probably be enough, but I just wanted to make sure. All right, so we have lots of gears, and there's lots more capacity here. I could really go ham, create a few more setups, pretty much double it again, and then add another line of iron, and then double it again. So I could easily have us at 200,000 gears a minute, fairly easily. And since we're so close, well. I want to try to limit the sheer number of teleporters that we have. This is sort of in between 2 teleporters. And I really don't want to have to add another one. All right, gears are done. And we are ready to load lots of gears. So now we need to figure out where we want to do science packs. Running. I like to go back to the main base. Sorry about the sound. I don't have anything to do with that. So I'm thinking we're gonna do. I know, like we've thus far basically had 1 grid square equals 1 production, but as you can see, these productions. Well, this is the possible exception: iron and steel. But I I think we would be able to get away with red and green science being done in the same square. These squares are big enough to where I think it's possible. Now, I might have to expand my base again. As you can see, I sort of anticipated that. I added this little thing periodically. It's basically an even amount all the way up. It's like four long lengths, and then a thing. 4 lengths and a thing. And I just sort of winged it all the way up. Give myself plenty of opportunity to expand. Because yeah, there's a lot of resources in here, and I really hate building over top of them. As you can see, I've gone out of my way to avoid building over top of resources. Red and green science is basically going to require, what is it going to require? It's going to require copper, gears, iron, and circuits. Yep. Copper, gears, iron, and circuits. To get both of those up and running. Trying to find maybe down here. Although greens are so close. Yeah, I'm gonna quickly run into problems. Maybe down here. I don't really mind overriding a little coal, but right in here might be good. We don't have anything connecting on these, and we're not. We are going to be producing red and greens, so we're going to need another setup to offload red and greens. I think an idea would be to come off of this, right? Have a loading station in here, and then swing it back around and then load it back in here, or swing it back and load it in here. That's an option. What is that close to? Bricks. No. Sorry. So, let's take out trees. These trees are mostly dead anyway. Yeah, these trees are all dead. There's a lot of pollution. I haven't looked at my pollution in a while. There's a lot of pollution. Pretty extensive amount of pollution. Yeah, it's a lot. So, let's turn that off because that's really, really annoying. I do like how this looked coming out here. Like that. Okay. Now, if I use this one, yeah, I don't really think this is the one I want to use. This one could work. Could go around. Yeah, that could work. It's a shame that I can't mirror this, and I can't mirror this because of the signals. And that's the thing I want to mirror. So it's unfortunate that I can't. So I want plenty of opportunity to make that happen. Plus, I needed to get around that oil. Like so. Really going crazy with this here. All right. Now let's see if these will translate well. Those are loaders. This is the unloader, right? Yep, train unloader. Okay. So remember, iron, copper, gears, circuits. And I know all these are basically flipped around, unfortunately. I should have left these off, the loader and unloader, but you know, it is what it is. And I have 2 of these, so the last one I'm going to do Control X, cut that, flip it, and rotate it up. Here, here. Like so. Oh, I love that blueprint flipping mechanic. So nice. All right. The other thing, we have coal and oil over here, so I may want some space. How much space is that? Let me just space myself a little bit, just in case I want to reconnoiter any of these. Give myself some decent leg room there, and then have a loader. So that would be basically 1 iron, copper, gears, circuits, blah, blah, blah. Okay, there's a loader there, and a loader here. And this one, I'm going to clear all the belts and things. And this will be the oil loader if I do need that. And I can figure all that stuff out down the road. I don't need to worry about it. And the loader, of course, we need to Control X. Flip that around. And then load on from the bottom. And that'll be just in case I want to grab this coal. No guarantees, but just in case. And why are there trees left up here, sir? No more trees. No trees. All these trees too. Any more trees? There's some trees. At least we're filling the trees back up again. How about that? We were hurting on trees, but now we're not. Alright, so these can get all loaded back in. Now, where do we want to push this into the system? I kind of want... We're gonna stretch this up a little ways. One more. Oh, apparently that was 1 too many. And then 2 there. 1 more is too many. Yep. I always should go with my gut. usually I'm right. If I just have, you know, if I just do it based on feel. Is that... Oh, that's plenty of space there. Is this enough space? No. That was not enough space. And then, of course, the chain signal going into the block. And then regular signals at intervals of the length of the train. And it just sort of eyeballs at this point. And then, of course, oh. All right, so the stations are going to be red, green, dash, and that's going to start. Okay. And we're going to go with, I don't know, an orangey kind of color. Okay, so all of these are going to get that red, green, dash. This is going to be red, green, dash, iron. Yeah. No, we want red, green, dash, compressed iron. These two are going to take that. The next one, red, green, dash, compressed copper. Next two, red, green, dash, compressed gears. No. Gears, or circuits. Wow. Boy, my brain is just not functioning today. And this one is going to be the red, green, compressed gears. And then copy and paste that. And the reason I have two stations offloading this is just for efficiency's sake, because when one is done offloading, the time it takes that train to leave and the next train to come in, we're going to be able to be using a lot of the material. And so having two offloading will allow more trains and higher throughput rates in order to offload all of that stuff. Okay, so we're going to really mess up my game now, and we're going to offload all of this stuff. Well, maybe one square in further, right? One square in further, and then one square in further here, and then one square in further here, and then one square in further here. Now, these should all be nicely managed, so I'll be able to set up one. And as ugly as that looks, I should be able to set that up like that. And it really doesn't matter which trains offload, where they prioritize, because they're all unloading the same material. It doesn't really matter, you know, how fast they offload, or, you know, which belt gets prioritized over what other belt, because it just doesn't matter. And this is a lot of trains. Granted, this is a lot of trains, and I am not even close to setting up all the trains that we're going to need. Here's my train station area over here. There's going to be a lot of production of train parts in order to deliver all this stuff. For now, we need some stuff and things going on over here. So I would like, we're going to just short circuit this, and this is just temporary, by the way. This is completely temporary, and this is going to be some gears. And that just tells me that just tells me what is going to be offloaded here for the sake of setting up the systems, which, you know, that's coming. So what I'm going to do is set up a warp zone here. And I love that I can just... I have this pretty much set. So that, and then that. Give that a second to sort of add itself to the network. Oh, and then this is going to be red and green science. Okay, and then we want to go to main base. So yeah, in between episodes, what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a bunch of trains up here. And we are going to be able to kickstart this setup quickly. So what I want to do is I'm going to do this and this. And I'm going to copy all of this. Flip? No! No! How about... Is this lining up with this? It is. Okay. So I want that long here. I want to grab all of this. We're going to put this up like here. Is that right? It's literally the first spot that it can be. Like so. So if I grab, well, all, no, see, this doesn't work that way. Grab all of these and I think it needs to be there. What I could grab is all of these plus the inserter, and that really would tell me. This will allow me to build that many more. There. I just doubled the amount of goodies that I can load in on all of these. There. Yay. And there should be enough room. Yep, there's ample room in there for all of that. Goody, goody, goody. All right, well, I'm going to set up a bunch of trains up here. I'll work on all of the stuff and things in between episodes. I just want to get the trains in here, and then we can set up all the scheduling and stuff next episode. All right, well, that's going to do it for this one, and I thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.